I wasn't expecting to record today. Can you tell? I'm Jake, and I can't skate. And things sure do move fast around here. That was some kind of game yesterday. I had several thoughts, which I made a post about. Hopefully that is not the level we see moving forward, because it was nowhere close to acceptable. But with that said, we have lots of news today, which I wasn't expecting. So, the backup goalie debate has been solved for now. And hey, maybe we go looking on the waiver wire. But for now, the answer to the question, who is Dustin Wolf's backup, is Devin Cooley. That's because after his horrendous performance yesterday in his half-game start against the Vancouver Canucks, the Flames have waived Ivan Prosvetov, which is very funny because yesterday, before the game, I was actually talking to a buddy about the Flames roster and stuff like that. And I got to talking about how Prosvetov had the advantage coming into the game because he'd been, to my eye, significantly better than Devin Cooley in camp. I was not expecting his response. My buddy's an Avs fan in this case, and he came back to me with, I'm concerned Ivan Prosvetov beating Devin Cooley is not good. And that surprised me somewhat because Ivan Prosvetov had been pretty darn good for most of training camp, given the rosters he had faced were not the same as the roster he faced yesterday. But I told this to my buddy, and he essentially called Ivan Prosvetov a warm body who took up most of the net simply by standing there, was behind the play a lot, and his glove was not good for somebody of his size. And as the game rolled on yesterday, I texted him, I now see the Ivan Prosvetov you were talking about. For now, Devin Cooley is Dustin Wolf's backup. Additionally, Rory Kerins has been sent down, and this one truly surprises me to see him on waivers to a certain degree, because at least for the first half of training camp, he was doing everything he could to make this team as the fourth line center. Now, somebody made an interesting point on Twitter, and that's that while he was excellent for the first half of camp, as the rosters started becoming more and more experienced, he popped less and less. Now, with that said, I still thought on the whole he was probably better than Martin Pospisil or Justin Kirkland. Pospisil, the last couple games, has ramped up, so potentially I'd be willing to put that away. And as I've said, Kirkland had a leg up for me because of the shootout skill that he possesses, and otherwise I saw him and Kerins as somewhat comparable. But with that said, Rory Kerins has been pushing every single day to make that fourth line center role. So I am a little surprised to see him on waivers today. I'm less surprised to see Ilya Solovyov, although I still like him better than Danil Miramanov. I would still prefer him over Jake Bean. Looks like one or both of Bean and Miramanov are gonna make the team. That's not my favorite choice, but it's an understandable choice. It was probably the default option coming into camp, and has remained the default option. People are expressing their views at these cuts. It's the similar sentiment of we talk about getting younger and then we keep our older middle six guys. But honestly, it feels like, other than Matvey Gridin, nobody on the young side consistently popped enough to make it onto the roster ahead of some of the veteran guys who, let's be fair to them, didn't get a lot of games. With that said, I still don't love the decisions necessarily. They're not the decisions I would have made. I can fully express that opinion that I would have kept two of the three of these guys. Prosvetov absolutely lost the job for me last night because he looked slow and he looked like he had fundamental mechanical problems. Was Cooley necessarily better last night? No, but he had a better, at least first half, with the Wranglers last season. So I'm fine on the goalie front, although I really would explore the waiver wire at this point. But I would have kept Rory Kerins, and I would have kept Ilya Solovyov. But here's the thing. I'm a guy in front of a microphone talking to my computer screen. We are all fans of this team. We're not there. Do I still believe that my opinions are educated? Yes, I do. Because, like a lot of us, I'm very dialed into this team. But I don't get paid to run it. But the fact is, we are fans. We do watch this team. And efforts like last night's aren't acceptable. So when they make decisions that we don't necessarily agree with in team construction, it highlights that even more. Because it feels like there's a disconnect between what fans are seeing and what hockey operations is doing sometimes. On that note, the Flames have extended Ryan Huska as the head coach for another 2 seasons after this one. And this is a move I like because I do see the foundation of something starting to build moving forward. So keeping the same head coach for the next couple of years, as that continues to build, makes a lot of sense to me. And I'm glad, like I said in my Wranglers coaching continuity video, I'm glad the guys coming up through the organization are going to be around similar people, develop in a similar system, and hopefully get the most out of themselves that way. I also, while I've got my mic, I have a couple of announcements. In addition to my pregame videos and the Flames game day reaction videos that'll be coming out starting October 8th, I will also be doing streams of opening night against the Oilers and the home opener against the St. Louis Blues. The exact times of those streams will be announced in a post soon. It will cover the full games of each of the opening night in Edmonton and the Flames home opener. So those days will look something like a pregame video early in the morning, the stream of the game later in the day, and the Flames game day reaction later that night. I'm so excited to be doing this. It's been a busy time with the channel, and early in the season, we're going to be hitting the 100 video mark on the channel. And I'm super excited. Still don't know what I'm going to do for that 100th video, but I'm tossing around some different ideas in my head. So, that's the news for today, and a couple of announcements. I hope the game's better tomorrow. I'm gonna be there like I was yesterday, and it needs to be better. I think it will be better, and God help us if it's that level of compete during the season, because then I will be cheering for lottery balls. But, as always, go Flames.